go. No fight. Gotta keep the girls happy. And it's Monday, April 10th, 2023. Another beautiful mid-Georgia sunny day. It's about 50 degrees though and a bit breezy. So I thought today we'd take a look at the garden. If you recall in episode 1, we planted a bunch of asparagus. And this asparagus has grown nice and tall. There are parts of it that got caught by a frost we had about 3 weeks ago. And so you can see where the frost just kind of burned the ends off of a couple of them. There's one here that didn't go very well. But that part is dead, but a secondary stalk grew up. So like I mentioned in episode 1, we're just going to let this stuff grow up and get a nice good root structure for the next couple years, and then two springs and summers from now we'll have some fresh asparagus. What I planted amidst the asparagus here is a bunch of onions, a bunch of onion bulbs. Got some white onions, got some yellow onions, sprinkled with some red onions in there, and these took off like wildfire. Just stuck them in the dirt, watered them, and boom, they just shot up. So we're gonna have more onions than we know what to do with. This one here, let's see if you can see it. This one is actually a wild onion I got out of the yard when I was mowing yesterday, and so I go ahead and pluck that in, put that in there, see if it'll take and grow any bigger. Wild onions typically don't get much bigger than, well, certainly no much bigger than a golf ball, at least around here. And what else we got going on? So that was the good news. The not so good news is that all of this stuff here got a lot of, what do we put in here? Lettuce, more lettuce. All of this stuff was grown in our sunroom in the little starters. And unfortunate bit of timing, we planted them, and then that evening a tremendous thunderstorm came in and just beat the crap out of these new plants. I don't know if they're going to make it or not. I mean, there's still some green on them, still a little bit of green, still a little bit of action happening, but I don't know if all this lettuce here is going to make it. Same thing with the kale here, and some cilantro we planted. It's just not looking very good, and I think we'll be fortunate to see it come through. Now, ironically, the lettuce that we planted by hand with seeds and the spinach, just planted straight in the dirt and didn't, grow in the sunroom ahead of time, it's doing great. It sprouted up a couple days ago, and it's looking really good. This lettuce here we picked up from Lowe's in the outdoor garden area, just because I had a feeling that those lettuces over there were not going to make it. So this is looking good. This is almost ready to trim off and make a salad out of. Got some more onions. I don't know if our jalapenos are going to make it. You can see this one. I don't know if a bird got to it or what, but all the leaves are just gone. This one, just barely some leaves, but these were nice plants when I put them in there. So crazy. And then kind of the same thing with the peppers here. Oh, I think yeah, these are not doing too good, but we'll see. We got plenty of pepper, that's for sure. Over here you got more store-bought tomato plants all along the front row there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cattle panel and make a tunnel that goes over to that opposite bed, so that these tomato plants can just climb up the cattle panel in a vine fashion. Got some peppers. Looks like we got a little bit ready to bloom here. And some jalapenos. And over here we have more internal garden failure. This bed was full of pumpkins. And this one even bloomed the other day. So I don't know if birds are getting in here and eating this stuff up or what, but this plant was doing okay and now it's just gone. It's just destroyed. That one over there might make it, but I don't know. But I'll have to plant some more stuff in here. This guy, it's got blossoms but no leaves. So again, I don't know if that one's going to make it. Over here in this bed, we did some more seed planting. Onions and celery. And then in this bed, you can kind of see the remnants of tomato plants I'd started from seed in the in the sunroom, and they're just not making it. They're dead meat essentially. I don't know if they'll recover. They got no leaves, so the prognosis is grim for these guys. But we should have plenty of tomatoes with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plants we've got here. If you know anything about tomatoes, when they mature, you got more tomatoes than you know what to do with. So I expect we'll be canning and making salsas and all kinds of things there. And then last bed here, turnips, radishes. The radishes are about the only thing that we planted that are growing super fast, super quick, as radishes are wont to do. So these were planted by seed, believe it or not. These radishes here, these spindly looking brown sticks, we planted like a month ago in the sunroom, and they're just, again, not taking. But everything we planted by seed looks great. So lesson learned there. I'm not convinced that starting them early in the sunroom was a cool thing. And the same thing is happening with our carrots. These little carrots just not doing well at all. And so we'll plant some more carrots by seed. And then got some cauliflower and broccoli here as well. These plants might make it. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see if they make it or not. Not too optimistic there. And again, we saw the broccoli. That's not going to make it either. So anyway, a lot of lessons learned here in year one. But it's going to come out pretty good in the end. We're going to have a lot of tomatoes, a lot of peppers, a lot of onions, and a lot of this lettuce and radishes we'll take, and we'll fill up the beds that didn't do very well with what we had pre-planted with some different vegetables and some different seeds. So we'll give that a shot. And then one last thing. Over here, protected from the chickens, we've got a little corn growing. And again, I'm not particularly impressed. This was corn that was started inside, and it just doesn't want to really transition to this kind of clay sandy soil. They don't look very good healthy corn plants to me. We've got a couple pea plants in there mixed in as well, but might be better off just starting these things from seed next year. But we'll see what happens. Maybe these will live. Anyway, that's it for the garden. Now the hens are over here. They want to say hi. Chick, 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 chick. Chick, chick, chick. Or maybe not.